10 Wild Animals in Zimbabwe Part 2. Zimbabwe is a landlocked African country located in the southern part of the continent, on the eastern side of the continent. It has 16 official languages, became a major trade route during the 11th century, used to be ruled by a dictator until 2017, suffered a 15-year-long guerrilla war, and used to be a British colony. An interesting part of the country that I wanted to tackle is its wildlife. In light of that, I have listed the best of it, and I hope you will love learning what animals live in Zimbabwe. On place 10, Battler. The Battler eagle is the national bird of Zimbabwe. It is a medium-sized species of eagle with a characteristic, striking red face and cere. It is most likely the origin of the Zimbabwe bird, which is the national emblem of the country. In Zimbabwe, the battler is relatively common but avoids the majority of the country, which is made of rugged and hilly areas. Across its range, it has decreased by about 75%, mostly due to habitat destruction, poisoning of carcasses, pesticide use, and persecution. On place 9, African Bullfrog. The African bullfrog, also known as the pixie frog, is a species of frog found in Zimbabwe, Botswana, Kenya, and Angola, among others. It inhabits the moist savannas, subtropical or tropical dry shrublands, and freshwater lakes and marshes of Zimbabwe, and is an exotic pet in many countries around the globe. It can live for 35 years in captivity. Female African bullfrogs lay about 3,000 to 4,000 eggs at once, and tadpoles hatch after 2 days, feeding on small fish, invertebrates, and each other. On place 8, Common Ostrich. The common ostrich, also simply known as the ostrich, is a large species of flightless bird native to several areas of sub-Saharan Africa. It is the largest bird in the world and can reach fantastic speeds of up to 70 km per hour, as compensation for its inability to fly. When it comes to feeding, the common ostrich can eat plant matter, but also small reptiles and invertebrates. Usually, it gathers in nomadic groups of 5 to 50 individuals, and it is farmed around the world for its feathers, skin, and meat. On place 7, Gray-crowned crane. The gray-crowned crane, also known as the South African crane, the crested crane, the Kavirondo crane, or the African crowned crane, is a species of bird native to eastern and southern Africa. Within its range, it is a very well-known animal and a prominent symbol in local culture and folklore. It is named after the stiff golden feathers on top of its head, and it inhabits the dry savannas of Zimbabwe and the rest of sub-Saharan Africa. On place 6, Southern Reedbuck. The southern reedbuck, also known as the common reedbuck or the riotbuck, is a species of antelope found in southern Africa. Its coat is almost woolly, and usually light to gray-brown. It lives either alone or in pairs, and rarely forms herds of about 20 individuals. This antelope can also be found in private land in Zimbabwe, and although it is considered of least concern and is widespread, it has disappeared from parts of its former range, such as the Congo. On place 5, Yellow Baboon. The yellow baboon is a species of Old World monkey native to the southern part of Central Africa. It has a slim body with long legs and arms and is named after its fur, which is entirely yellowish-brown. This primate is known for its use of vocalizations to communicate, and it often travels as a group, with males leading. Within its ecosystem, the yellow baboon is particularly important due to its seed dispersal behavior. On place 4, Whitebacked Vulture. The whitebacked vulture, also known as the African whitebacked vulture, is a large species of Old World vulture native to Africa. In recent years, it has drastically declined, and it is now on the brink of extinction due to persecution, pollution, lead accumulation, and poisoning of carcasses. This vulture feeds on the large carcasses of gazelles, ostriches, warthogs, zebras, and livestock, and is often seen circling through the sky, looking for freshly dead animals. On place 3, Martial Eagle. The martial eagle is a large species of eagle native to sub-Saharan Africa. Similarly to most other large raptors, it has suffered a continuous decline over the past decades, primarily due to persecution. It is one of the most persecuted birds in the world due to its tendency to attack livestock. This eagle is particularly large and powerful, even during the breeding season. It can be found at altitudes of up to 3,000 meters (9,800 feet) above sea level, and prefers open woods and woodland edges. On place 2, Southern African Hedgehog. The Southern African hedgehog is a species of mammal native to Zimbabwe, South Africa, Angola, Botswana, Tanzania, Namibia, and Lesotho. Just like other hedgehogs, its body is covered by sharp spines known as quills. This hedgehog is a slow mover, but can run pretty fast when threatened. When resting, it curls up into a ball and becomes practically impossible to attack. It is an insectivorous animal, which feeds on crickets and earthworms, as well as human refuse and lizards. On place 1, Cape Wild Dog. The Cape Wild Dog is the largest subspecies of the African wild dog, also known as the African painted dog or the African hunting dog. It is a wild canine found in much of southern Africa, and specializes in daytime hunting of antelopes, by chasing them to exhaustion. This canine has a large amount of orange-yellow fur overlapping the black, and mostly yellow underparts with whitish hair on its throat mane.